I warned earlier this week about the federal government's Anti-Corruption Commission. I stated up front there can be nothing wrong with the National Anti-Corruption Commission except the detail. Well, now we find that the National Anti-Corruption body will have retrospective powers. That must mean that the Liberal Party would have to oppose the legislation. It is in the Liberal Party's DNA to oppose retrospectivity. We don't know who these people are who will be appointed to the Commission, but according to the legislation, and there's a mountain of it, hundreds and hundreds of pages, it will be able to start its own investigation without a referral. Now, if this body has retrospective powers, how will those powers be used? I mentioned earlier this week the observations of the former Australian Federal Police Commissioner, Mick Keelty, who rightly argued that such a commission could be politically weaponised to unfairly destroy the careers of high-profile people. So if this commission can start its own investigations without a referral, and apparently without the need for any evidence of a criminal offence, then surely the warning of Mick Keelty is valid. Will we know how investigations will be determined? What safeguards, as Mick Keelty has asked, would be implemented to ensure that members of the new body are not biased against certain individuals who can apparently be investigated without the need of any evidence of a criminal offence? I also mentioned earlier this week the New South Wales ICAC. There are authenticated reports that 128 people have been defamed or destroyed by the New South Wales ICAC. In one instance, the businessman Sharif Khazal appears on the ICAC website amongst the list of corrupt people. But the former reputable New South Wales judge and former ICAC inspector John Nicholson has delivered a report 5 years ago to the Berejiklian, now Perrottet government, 110 pages, which stated ICAC had no evidence of any wrongdoing in its possession, either before, during or after the Khazal case. But ICAC spent millions of dollars wrongfully pursuing Khazal, and the DPP had to repeatedly advise ICAC that there was no evidence of any wrongdoing. Margaret Cunneen, the high-profile former Deputy Senior Crown Prosecutor of New South Wales, had to go all the way to the High Court to clear her name of ICAC damage. The former Emergency Services Commissioner in New South Wales, an outstanding man, Murray Keir, was found corrupt by ICAC. Thankfully, he was able to get himself into a court of law and defeat that finding. The magistrate demolished the credibility of ICAC. But I repeat, now we have legislation for a national anti-corruption commission which can start its own investigations without a referral. It can investigate retrospectively. Minister Dreyfus says the hearings will generally be in private, but, quote, the Commission will have power to hold public hearings in exceptional circumstances and where it's in the public interest to do so, unquote. Who defines exceptional circumstances? Who defines in the public interest?